strategy to enroll clients in your signature course. Now, starting in 2017, 2018, I used the webinar challenge in order to sell people into a program that I had created called the Webinar Success Blueprint. And why did I do a challenge? Well, I mean, back in 2018, wow. You said back in 2018, that sounds like it was a long time ago. But anyway, 2018, like challenges were really, really big, and they still are effective. And one of the things that I realized as working in the digital marketing space is that there's a process that the potential client has to go through before they make the decision to buy. And it's called the buyer's journey. And so basically it's a sequence of activities that a potential client will go through before they make the decision to want to work with you. And so the first phase is called the awareness phase. And so awareness is the things that you do online and offline so that people know that you exist. Those things could be things like PR. Those things could be things like social media posts and Facebook Live video, like any type of video. So those are awareness strategies, right? These are tactics that you are using in order to let people know, hey, I'm out here and this is what I do. Then you have the consideration phase. Consideration phase is where they've actually taken action. And when I say take action, that means that they've probably opted into your list. They have they've joined your email list, they join your Facebook group, and they basically paid you with their information. People will pay you first with the action, then their information, and then money. All right. So that's the consideration phase. And then lastly, you have your conversion mechanism or your conversion phase. That's where the actual transaction takes place. So for me, one of the things that I teach and one of the things that I learned and I started teaching was a challenge was a phenomenal engagement / consideration strategy. And a challenge is literally a highly engaging activity that allows your audience to build a relationship with you. If you decide, like I've seen 30-day challenges, 14-day challenges, and 5-day challenge. This particular topic is going to be around a 5-day challenge because that's what I did. I did a 5-day challenge. For me, my attention span is not long, so I'm gonna drop off on a 30-day challenge. And you have a tendency to see a little bit drop off on a 5-day challenge too. So if you decide that you want to use a challenge to get clients to enroll in your program, you have to start with the end in mind. Now, most of the people that are, listening to this training, 9 times out of 10, you probably have an offer that you want people enrolled to. So that's going to be the outcome of your challenge is to get people to sign up ultimately for your webinar, masterclass. You'll hear me say masterclass throughout this training. But ultimately, you want people to sign up for your webinar after the challenge, and then you want them to come into your signature course. So that's the outcome of the challenge, right? You want clients. Let's be honest, you want clients. So if you decide, okay, I want to do a challenge, you have to, when you start, so we plan out everything before we even map out like the content. So if I said, okay, I'm gonna do a challenge next month. Okay, well, what's the offer that you're selling at the end? So I want you to think about that. Like, all right, so what's the offer? Is it gonna be my 6-week course? Is it gonna be my 8-week course, my 12-week course? Is it going to be an event? What am I selling at the end of this entire launch? Because that's really what it is. It's a product launch. And you're using a challenge as a launch strategy. All right. Now, the challenge itself must be directly correlated to the end result. That means that you can't be doing a weight loss challenge and you're trying to sell writing a book program. You can't do a challenge on speaking from the stage and then you do a sales offer, right? If you do a challenge on sales, like the sales challenge, you want to sell a program on how to be better at sales. So the challenge must be directly correlated to the end result, right? All right, so now that we have that out of the way, that's when we start to dig into the specifics of the challenge. So you might say, how long is the challenge going to be? One of the things that I recommend is a 5-day challenge. Now, one of my clients had previously asked me about a 3-day challenge. I've never done a 3-day challenge, but I can't imagine that you could get the level of engagement in 3 days. You probably can. I never tried it. 5 just is like that easy number. Between 5 and 7 is like a really good number, in my opinion. All right. And then you want to think about, okay, so what do you want them to complete during the challenge? You want to give them small, digestible content and small action items that move them towards the bigger goal. So I literally we have a worksheet that we have, and we literally say, okay, so day 1, this is what I want them to do. Day 2, this is what I want them to do. Day 3, boom, this is what I want them to do. And so as we go through this, I'm actually going to share with you the template that I created. And as you see, this template is 56 pages. So I usually, basically, I could actually almost print this thing, right? But you'll see that I created this based on the original webinar challenge. And it has the webinar challenge, like the description of the challenge, the process, the daily assignments, the email sequence, promotional process, and then like the webinar description. There's some sales emails in here, and then also what's included in my signature program. So literally, I created an entire template around challenges, the webinar challenge. So as you see, the daily assignments. So assignment number 1, determine who the webinar is for. So who is your audience? Assignment number 2, determine what struggles do they have. Determine the problems. Let me look at it. Determine the solutions you provide. Determine the solution. What problems do you solve, right? So assignment 1, determine who is the webinar, who the webinar is for, who is your audience. Number 3 is create a webinar topic. So you notice how they're very short, very like small pieces of nuggets, like small action items. And these are actually like, this is actually the post that we used to use. Assignment number 4, develop the 5 key points for your upcoming webinar. And then I gave them, check this out. This is another hack that I didn't put in here. Let me add in here. Daily assignment hacks, right? Add a lead magnet. I didn't even see that, but there we go. So if you notice, assignment number 4 says key points for your upcoming webinar. Well, guess what? I have a lead magnet that helps them to develop their outline of the presentation. So I said, grab a copy of the webinar checklist. And I put it in the email, right? So they can get a copy of the webinar checklist. Guess what that does? That puts them in another sequence of activities in my sales pipeline. All right. And then number 5 is schedule the date of your upcoming webinar. Look how simple that is. And I believe for the sake of that exercise, I made them write the date down, commit to a date, and then post it on a sticky note, take a picture of it, and put it in the Facebook group. And also the second assignment is to register for the webinar. We'll talk about that in a little bit too on how to create the daily assignments. So the assets, so those are that's how we create the daily content. So small digestible nuggets that get them, like literally by the time that they finish that challenge, they had the content, at least an outline of a webinar that they wanted to do. They gave the date, they know who the audience was, and they know what problems that they solve, right? Boom. They ready for a webinar, right? Yeah. You know what the next question is? how do I do my webinar? Well, you know what? I'm going to show you in the webinar success blueprint. So you literally want it to be that easy to transition into your offer. Like you just want to set them up to say, hold on, this challenge was good and I'm ready, but how do I do what you just told me to put together in the challenge? Voila, baby. So I know like Ryan does like book anthologies or book writing. So, you know, something for like Ryan would be one of the challenges, you know, maybe a topic for a book, right? And then day 2 would be maybe the outline of the book. Day 3 would be a timeline for the book. I'm just thinking of some stuff. Day 4 would be what's something they could do? Outline the dates. Maybe a writing schedule or something like that. I'm not gonna write mine. So I'm just gonna say, let's just say they did a writing schedule. And then they say, at the end of the challenge, they say, what day do you want your book to be published? Boom. I want my book to be published by then. And then they're gonna say, well, wait, what if like his program might say, well, I can help you get your book published in 90 days. If your date is out past 90 days. Well, how? Boom, my program. So daily assignments like that are perfect when you have an offer like that. So, all right, so what assets are required in order to host a challenge? So for every day that you do the challenge, you need an email message. So all of our daily assignments, we put all of the emails in a document so that we could literally hand this off to a virtual assistant to set these emails up in our email marketing system, and our social media person can actually post it immediately in the Facebook group. So what we would do is we would have the email and then an image. So also an image for each day. Example is assignment, like just an 800 by 800 image that says day 1 challenge. I think it was day 1 assignment. That's what it was. Day 1 assignment is what the document says. And if you want to, you can also do like the CTA at the bottom of the image. Most of them should already be joined by now, but just in case they haven't registered or something like that, you can put the CTA at the bottom of it. So we did let me show you. So we did an email, assignment 1, determine who the webinar is for. Boom, webinar challenge starts today. Where did the time go? Blah, 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 over the next 5 days. So I'm setting the expectation. I'm going to give you a quick lesson that will arrive in your inbox. Prizes for those that are highly engaged. We had a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet where we had a VA track all of our engaged, like every assignment that they completed, we had a VA put a tick mark and say, you know, DeKesha did day 1, day 2, day 3, because we wanted to track the individuals that completed all of the assignments, and then we did a drawing. So don't let this challenge be a best kept secret. Do me a favor, pass it along. So now we're asking for them to share. And then in the day 1 assignment, I do give them an overview of what to expect for the week. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And I just tell them how to get registered if you haven't already. Check your inbox for the assignment for the day if you haven't registered. And that's literally assignment 1. So we do that for every single day, and then we have the image. I'm trying to think. We do create a Facebook group. So we create a private Facebook group specifically for the challenge. So even if you have a large Facebook group, I used to create a Facebook group specifically. So I've done like the revenue challenge. I've done the outsourcing challenge. I've done the webinar challenge. I've done every kind of challenge that you can think of. And that's because, again, they work. So that way I didn't want to mix my big group and then have to go and delete all the content out. I just created a brand new group for the revenue challenge, a brand new group for the outsourcing challenge, a brand new group for the webinar challenge. And then we archive the group once the challenge is over and done. And at the end, we ask everybody, like we put like an image up at the top of the Facebook page that says, don't forget to join Profit Producers, www.profitproducermovement.com. So I do have a vanity URL for my big Facebook group. So whenever I'm doing a campaign and I want to drive traffic directly to my Facebook group. So those are the minimal assets that you will need outside of your basics, like a landing page for registrations, right? So when you're promoting your challenge, you want to have people to be able to go somewhere and opt in so that they're on the email list specifically for the challenge. You want to have a thank you or confirmation page on our, well, I don't know if you guys, well, if you didn't participate in the bonus training, on our thank you page or confirmation page, we'll have like a video. It's like an explanation video of telling them kind of what to expect. We also have like link to Facebook group. What else do we have? I don't think we have an appointment for our challenges. We only do that for webinars. So it's just and then it's instructions. Yes, this is important. Instructions to add your email to their address book. That way, hopefully your emails don't get into their spam folder. So we put that on the confirmation page. And I think that's it. So landing page, thank you, confirmation. I mean, besides your basics, like you want promotional images for the challenge, promotional images for the masterclass, right? Masterclass / webinar, promotional images for each or daily assignments. All right. So there you go. So there's your assets required. They told me I'm very particular about how I like my outlines. Don't judge me. All right, so now let's create the marketing material to promote the challenge. How will you get people to enroll in your challenge? So one of the things that I used to do, especially when it got really close for me to be doing like a launch, a big launch, like a challenge or something like that, I would literally, y'all, I would do a daily Facebook Live. I know some people are like, what? Like I would do a daily Facebook Live. Like now they got Clubhouse or daily IG Reels, daily IGTV with call to action to join the challenge. And it's so funny because I can even, in my memories now, in my Facebook memories, when I check them, sometimes in the morning, I'll see some of my whole promo videos. And it's funny because like, I would love to restream them. I might chop them up, but I love to restream them and reuse some of the content because it's good content that I was teaching. But I would find 7 to 10 topics around your area of expertise. So for an example, but like I was saying, I see in my memories, I'll see some good videos and then the call to action is a webinar challenge. I'm like, dang, I can't use that. But it's good content, right? All right. So for me, I would do what should you, 5 things you need before your next webinar, right? if I were writing books, I would say something like 5 reasons to have a book if you're a, apparently I can't talk and type, if you're a coach, consultant. 5 reasons come on, Keisha, think. Ooh. I was trying to think of something for you, Tiffany, but I just drew a blank. I know it's STEM. Should, what do I want to say? Something like 5 reasons. I don't want to say not negate, but I can't think right now. I literally just had a hold on, let me see if I can look up something. I'm gonna figure out something. Hold on, sir. Oh, I was gonna say, I hope I'm recording. I didn't talk through all that stuff. Let me see. I'm gonna find something for Tiffany. STEM learning. You gonna help me? Yes, absolutely. Yep. You sure will. I will make sure you get it. Oh, they have STEM degrees. Okay. What if, oh, here we go. Boom. I'm about to help you out. Science, technology, engineering, and math. Oh, okay. Let's do this then. Well, see, I was gonna say that, but I would do it like 5 ways math enhances the students' career journey or college journey, or something like the impact that math has on, on their journey. And then like 3 ways science is transferred from learning to the real world. Like I like to speak in terminology like that so that the end user understands like what I'm saying. Because a lot of times we as experts, we speak in our industry jargon, right? And so, yes, we speak in our industry jargon. So a lot of times we have a tendency where we go over top of our audience head. So I try to make sure that when I'm speaking or when I'm creating topics and when I create content, that I'm speaking, and this goes back to the messaging, I'm speaking in a manner in which they will understand. So I know Sonia and Brenda just joined. So if you could drop in the chat what you do, it would help me to help deliver the content so that it'll be beneficial for you. And you will both get access to the replay as well. So sorry about the mishaps with the individual links. I was like, something must be wrong because I know these some good classes and ain't nobody registered. I was like, yeah, something ain't right. I was like, let me go look at this link. And sure enough, it wasn't set up. So I appreciate your patience. So how to get people enrolled in your challenge. I usually, like, I'm not afraid of video. So I would literally go live during, like this was when Facebook Live was like really, really huge, like 5-6 years ago. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. But any platform that you feel comfortable doing video, period, point blank. I know now Clubhouse is really huge. They got a thing called Wisdom too. Let me put this on here. I need to go look Wisdom up. And then they have Twitter. They're not Twitter chats. They're called, hold on, because I was on one the other day. Y'all know I got athletic kids. So they had one Spaces. They had one on student athletes preparing for athletic scholarship or D1 athletics or something like that. And that's why I try to tell, people in my tribe and my audience, like, don't think just because you have like a very unique like STEM, don't think that just because you teach on something very, very niche down, that there's not an audience for you. You just need to go where your audience is. Like, and honestly, Tiffany, to the point, like I literally, and I'm not even on Twitter, like for real, but I just so happen to be on Twitter Spaces when that thing came on, and I listened to it, and I was just like, let me listen. And so I was able to connect with, individuals who teach in that space. And I was like, well, dang, that worked out perfect. I'm not even a Twitter user, but it worked out for me. So don't ever think that because of the space that you're in or the industry that you are in, that you can't find your audience online. Don't ever think that. I literally kind of just ran into Twitter Spaces, and they had all these people on there, and they were talking about, D1 athletes and student athletes and what to expect to prepare your student athlete. If you know me, I have two student athletes. So you literally could do Twitter Spaces. You could do Clubhouse all simultaneously, but you just have to do it in a manner and the language that the parent understands, because the parent is your audience, right? Even though you're teaching the student, one of the things that coaches and consultants who work with children, one of the things that we take out the equation is that the actual client is the person that's buying from you. So it could be the school, it could be the principal, it could be the administration, it could be the parent. So just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, so that's what I did. That's how I got people to enroll. Every single day, I would create 7 to 10 topics around my area of expertise. Matter of fact, I found a list today of different topics that I wrote out years ago, y'all, like 2013. Because I used to write articles back then, and you write articles too with the call to action. 5 reasons your business is broke. 5 ways to find new clients. How to move beyond fear. Like, turn your chaos into cash. Y'all might see some of this stuff, okay? But that's literally what I did. I would sit and I would write down a list of ideas for topics, and those would become my Facebook Lives, my blog posts, a Clubhouse talk. You can break it up into, reels, because reels now is one of the big things that gets you in front of new people, not in front of the people that's following you already. So I would take those topics, I would do a live stream every single day, and the call to action would be my webinar. At this particular, not my webinar, my challenge. At this particular time, when I was running a challenge, I was not using Facebook ads. I was not using Facebook ads. Okay. So I did all of this, and I literally grew my following and grew my list, all organic. one of the big things that newbies entering into this space forget is that you have to build a brand around yourself. So you have to get out there and do things so people know that you exist. So some other marketing strategies that you can use, some examples, using Facebook Live, using Clubhouse rooms, get approved for LinkedIn Live. All you have to do is search Google, get approved for LinkedIn Live. And there should be a link where there's an application. To become LinkedIn Live video. Oh, there it is. If you believe you meet the criteria, auto apply. So somewhere in there. But yeah, so all you have to do is, I can't remember where I went, but Google LinkedIn Live, and you should be able to apply to become, to get access to LinkedIn Live. And I use Facebook events. You probably saw a Facebook event for each of the classes that I'll be teaching. I love them. The reason I use them is because every time I post, you get a notification. So I will post in the event because you get a notification. I will do events on my business page, in the Facebook group, like my big Facebook group. I have a client-based Facebook group. I put the events in there. You can use Facebook ads. You can use YouTube ads. I also put on here Twitter. Now, I never did a Twitter space. I might try it though. And Wisdom is a new, like an app. It's an app similar to Clubhouse. I don't have one on there, but that's a new thing. All right. So those are some tactics that you can use to help you promote your upcoming challenge that you would like to do. I would suggest that you create a marketing calendar. One of the things that we are doing for everything that we do now, we create a marketing calendar. We actually create a marketing plan, and I'll teach that. I'll map that out in the class. It's the 12-week blueprint class. It's the it's how to do a true product launch. So it's the class that we're doing, the 12-week product launch. I'll walk through the marketing calendar and the marketing plan and all that kind of stuff. So I won't go through the marketing calendar today, but I'll map that out when we go through all of the 12-week of activities to prepare you for a product launch. So grab that class. Now, what do you do when people enroll in your challenge? Well, you create a welcome email. So again, here is our 56-page document that I created April 27, 2019, after I had done several challenges. So this one, people in the Facebook group at the beginning of the launch was 295. Offer made at the end was webinar, a success blueprint. So this was actually, like I said, this was a new Facebook group that I had just started when I started doing my challenges. So we had 295 people that registered. I didn't put the revenue here, but I created a new Facebook group, right? Here's a short description of the Facebook challenge. I could use this for social media with my social media posts. You also want to have email marketing so that there's a webinar form. I'm sorry, an opt-in form. So when they register, they will go into your email list, right? And then they will get a confirmation email. I'm pretty sure it's one in here. How did I forget to email your lists as a marketing tool? Email, email marketing, duh, right? All right, so, and this was a copy of the promotional email that we sent. Oh, so we actually sent this one specifically to anyone who opted into our lead magnet. So if you're on my list for the webinar checklist, it automatically, says that this person is interested in webinars, right? So we would send them, and then I would also send it to my entire email list. So here are some of the promotional posts. I was just trying to see if there was a confirmation email. I know there is somewhere. But basically, so the confirmation email just welcomes them to the challenge. I was trying to see if there was one in here. Oh, here we go. So email sequence for webinar challenge. So email number 1 is the welcome letter, welcomes them to the challenge. Number 2 is choose an accountability partner. So what does that mean? That means that you have to invite someone to the challenge. So that means that more people join your challenge. See, ta-da! Another challenge hat. Then we create an announcement post in the Facebook group. Funny enough, if you are in my Facebook group, right, you probably still see the same introductory posts. Where's the introductory post? That's so funny because I still use that same introductory post. Accountability partner, assignments. Oh, these are the emails. Hold on. Welcome message for Facebook group. Here it is. So here's a pinned post that I still use to this day in my Facebook group. As you can tell, we can tell how old this is by how old my children are. So at the time of this, my kids were 18 and 12. Okay, my son will be 16 next Sunday. So this is like 4 years ago. Okay. I absolutely love this. So let me know if you want a copy of this. I'll make sure that the team will take this piece out if you want a copy of it. And we'll put it in the membership area. Because I love this. It's like, it literally tells like what my goals that aren't so secret. So child out of the country. So check this out. I've been out of the country, y'all. I finally went to Canada for the first time. So I'm ready to speak on stages in front of 5,000. I haven't hit 5,000 yet, but I'm on my way. Okay. When I party at 40, I'm going to be celebrating a multi 6-figure business. Party all night 2019. So I must have turned 40 in 2019. And 2019, I hit 6. I don't know if we were multi. I know by then we were a 6-figure company. Did we hit multi 6 figures? I think we hit multi 6 figures 2020. 2019, we might have been 6 figures. But I mean, hey, to be 40 and hit 6 figures with a top, what, like less than 10% of business owners, I'll take that. We don't quite have an agency. We're still thinking about that, y'all. But I mean, to make what, 1, 2, 3, 4 goals, literally conquer what, 2 out of 4 goals? Hey, I think I'm doing pretty good. Why I created the space, which is my Facebook group, right? So I can give this. I'll give this to you guys. But it makes for a phenomenal introductory post. Like, people always comment. I tell my story. I graduated from Old Dominion University in 3.5 years, pregnant with my first child at the age of 20. Check this out. She literally just graduated December 2020 in 3.5 years, not pregnant, at the age of 21. And she is actually starting on her master's program. Look at God. So I tell my story. Lost the same job twice, 2010, and August 24th, 2011, I gave them pink slip, went on leave of absence. By the way, I'm still on leave of absence, #longest leave ever. I still say that in my, in my signature presentation that I do all the time. So those are just some of the, the activities that we do once people enroll. We create the welcome letter, a welcome post, tell everybody to introduce themselves. We create a specific Facebook group just for them. I just gave you the example of the welcome post and highlighted details about yourself. We did do a contest to increase engagement. I'll show you the promotional post again. So I would do like a Facebook Live and I would do a contest. So I would say, hey, we are doing a mini contest for the webinar challenge. And this is your opportunity to win a $50 gift card of your choice. All you have to do is these three things. And I'm saying this in the video. Number one, share this video. Number two, comment webinar challenge. And then extra bonus point, tag a friend who would like to use webinars to build a tribe. I might do this again. I ain't done this in a while. Build their list and generate revenue when you share this post. That's it. And so people would actually just share this video out that I did, and they would tag people in it. And so what that would do is make more people come into the challenge. Y'all could do this for your webinar. Y'all could, anyway. All right, stay focused. All right, so create a contest. We would host a contest and stream the video on our Facebook fan page, because sometimes if you wanted to, run an ad or boost a post, you could, and have them share and comment. They would also be instructed to invite participants into the challenge. One thing to pay attention to during the challenge is your highly engaged participants. These are your warm audiences. All right. So anyone that's highly engaged are people that you want to nudge them in their inbox. Hey, thank you for joining my challenge. Super excited to see your responses. Looking forward to having you on the masterclass. Let me know if you have some questions. Boom. You're not selling, but you making the initial contact and conversation. All right. So now that you've done the 5 days of the challenge, the last part of the challenge is to host a masterclass. I usually host the masterclass / webinar. It's the same thing on the last day. So day number 5 is not really a content day. Day number 5 is a day that I host the actual live webinar. And before I forget, one of the things that I shared earlier is that we do an assignment every single day. Now, even though we do an assignment every single day, there's also a live video teaching that goes along with that assignment. So let me make sure that I clear that up. There is a live teaching, live video teaching every day with each one. So if the first topic, I'll give you an example. One of my topics was day number 1 was determine who is the webinar for, who is your ideal audience. So I'm going to go live at a specific time every single day, the week of my challenge. So day number 1, I'm going to go live, and I'm going to go live on my Facebook fan page. And I'm going to say today's assignment was to identify your ideal audience. In that video, I'm going to talk about why is it important for them to understand their ideal audience, right? And I might go through, if I have a worksheet from them, and how understanding their ideal audience is going to help them in the long run in their business. Day number 2, I'm going to do, and it doesn't have to be a long video. It could be 10, 15 minutes, but it's also the opportunity to do a Q&A with them about that day's assignment. So if day number 2 is to determine the solutions that you provide, I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about how to identify the pain points that your clients have. For real, y'all probably can go to my Facebook page. You probably can go to my Facebook page. Facebook, if I can spell it right. Facebook.com. Here we go. They used to do like, you used to be able to find videos by dates. That's so funny. So look at all these videos, y'all. Video. Oh, look at this. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago. Welcome to day 1 of the webinar challenge. Boom.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is DeKesha Williams, your virtual COO, and I want to welcome you to day one of the webinar challenge. Again, I want to.
Told y'all. See, I'm not making it up. That is crazy. Not making it up. Still, I mean, literally. I knew somebody was gonna ask me about it. All right. Literally still on there. Like, how crazy is that? That is absolutely crazy. So I love it. I just love to be able to show you things that I've done and things that have worked. And to be honest with you, I didn't have like a large following. There's 401 views on this little video. Look, 2019. See, I'm telling you, 2019. It's funny enough, Kenyatta, 2 years ago, she's actually in my coaching program now. So she's been following me at least 2-3 years, and it took her 2 to 3 years to become in my program. But she came through my challenge. And so that's the importance of you guys, staying relevant, staying out there. So I'm glad that I thought about that and came back to that. All right, so let's go back down here. So hosting a masterclass. So at the end of the challenge, preferably on day 5, you are going to host a masterclass and you're going to invite your challenge participants and you're going to email your entire email list to your webinar. This is why I teach webinars. And this is why webinars are super important to have in your business, regardless of what type of business you have. Now, I'm not going to teach how to put together the webinar because we do that in the webinar in a weekend. But it's very important to invite those that participate in the challenge to the webinar. B, invite your entire email list to your webinar as well. So don't leave anybody out. And you're going to promote it on all social media platforms as well. At the completion of the masterclass, a challenge hack. And I might have said this earlier. So here's another challenge hack too. So a challenge hack, one of the challenge hacks that you can use is the assignment for day 5 was to register for the masterclass and post your thank you page confirmation. So let me just double check, right? So assignment number 4, assignment number 5. So, yep, it's registered for the upcoming masterclass. Something is missing, so it's probably in my email. Matter of fact, please add assignment. Y'all see me working real time. 5 to this document. Yeah, we need that. All right. So assignment 5 is schedule the date of your upcoming webinar. So basically what the instruction would be for them if they participated in my challenge was schedule a date for your webinar, take a picture and post it inside the Facebook group. Assignment number 2 is to register for my masterclass, my webinar. And I think it was called how to master the webinar success blueprint. I think that's what I called it at that time. Welcome to day 5. I think these are promo. Oh, here's the email right here. So email day 5. As we approach the last day of the challenge, I'm interested in find out your biggest takeaway. Hit reply and let me know what your biggest takeaway was. Right? The universe rewards those that different. I can't even talk, y'all. The universe rewards those that take action, different from those that don't. So it's time to take action. Don't let all your hard work this week be done in vain. Let's see my hashtag profit producers use webinars to create cash flow in your business. Some of this stuff I still say. All right, now see, this is email number 5, and it gets posted in the Facebook group. Don't forget to register for the day's masterclass as well. So on the last day, some people ask me, well, how do you get people to register for your webinar? Boom. This is why I do the challenge, right? Because it's a highly engaged activity. And at the end of the activity, they're going to register for the masterclass. So you literally have people that are interested in your products and services. And so I tell them in this masterclass, you're going to learn, here's my 3 takeaways. How to make money with any size audience, the exact method to share your message and build your list simultaneously, the system to build a massive online business by tweaking one area of your business, register to join me. And I used to do them every Friday. Well, not every Friday, but at the end of the challenge, I would do my webinar. I would do my webinar at 2 p.m. on Fridays, Eastern Standard Time. If you're just joining, I will make sure you get the replay. We're going to put them all in the membership portal. And boom, if they click this email, right? So here's the daily prompts that I was telling you. Schedule your first webinar, give yourself at least 30 days, 14 to promote. Register for the masterclass, boom. Share your experience in the challenge group. And look at this, still got this, it's probably archived now. I don't use it anymore. Is it archived? Oh no, it's live. Y'all know I'm finna bring this back, right? I was teaching this and I was like, oh, I'm finna bring this back. 481 members. Yeah, we finna do a webinar challenge. Isn't that funny? But hey, if it works, then it works, right? All right, let me see. What else? Was that it? Look, I didn't forget where I was messing. Okay, so and then we create a hashtag too to go along with the challenge. So hashtag, and the reason why, let's put this up here, assets. What assets are needed? Right here. So create a challenge hashtag, right? Example, webinar challenge 1. Is it day 1? Challenge 5. So you could do the webinar challenge day 1, day 2, or 1, 5. I would probably do day 1, something like that. And the reason why you do that is because now I can go into the Facebook group. Watch this. And I can search in the Facebook group right here, webinar challenge 1. And now I can find everybody. Oh, here's the, remember I told you we had images? So day 1, webinar challenge, place your responses below, hashtag webinar challenge number 1. Here's, I love it when I can teach you and show you what I've done. So y'all know that I'm not teaching you theory. I'm teaching you stuff that works. I've done it. But 54 comments, right? So they come in here and boom, everybody put their responses under here. And see, webinar day 1 assignment. Boom. This is the name. Boom. She became a client, right? Like this is crazy. Sanita, I talked to her today. She's gonna be joining. That is so funny. She's gonna be doing our webinar in the weekend. She became a client. Like, y'all, this stuff works. So some of these people have been following me for over 2 years. But yeah, so now you can go and see hashtag, and then the VA can go and make a tick mark and track who's participating. I love this stuff. I get excited. All right. Okay. Keep going. I'm sorry, y'all. Is this helping? I'm almost done. Let me see. Okay. So that was a challenge hack, right? At the completion of the masterclass, I open enrollment for my signature course and I keep my cart open for 7 days. If you have registered for the 12-week product launch blueprint, I'm going to teach you how to do like a product launch with the open cart, closed cart. So if you haven't signed up for that one, I would make sure that I sign up for it. I don't know exactly what day it is. But hold on. I can't tell y'all. Here we go. Don't y'all be looking at my call agenda from my call. Oh, it's the next class. So it's Tuesday. So the complete product launch strategy, 12-week profit blueprint launch model. So I'm going to be teaching that entire process. So it's a 12-week process that I use. I'm going to be teaching the entire thing on Tuesday. So if you didn't buy the bundle, I will go ahead and grab the link for that. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm just going to give you a link. I made Rose give me all the links. I know she gave them to me. Hold on, y'all. So that way, if you haven't gotten that one and you want to do that class, you can do that class. This was good. I didn't realize it was going to be a whole hour. I know when I did the outline, I was like, I'm going to be teaching. Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be that long, y'all. So, but for those that's been here the whole time, I hope that it was worth it. God, you don't realize how much goes into what we do until you actually see it. So for those of you all that are joining, I have been teaching from the outline, and I'll make sure you guys get the outline, right? You'll get the recording too. And then I've been kind of referring back to my 56-page outline document. Literally, it's like a facilitator's guide. So you think about, for all my teachers, you have a facilitator's guide, and then you have a student's guide. So this is your student's guide, and I'm teaching you from my facilitator's guide. So I'll be sharing, I'll give you some of the stuff from out of there anyway. I just can't give like that entire document, but you'll get, you've got most of it out here. All right. So, So I usually keep my cart open for 7 days. One of the things that I wanted to share with you guys is that here's a secret tip, right? You'll get most of your signups on day one, and then the majority of them come at the close of cart. So I'll share with you, it was not really a funny story, but anyway, I remember I was in the middle of a launch, and it was in the summertime. As a matter of fact, it was July. There was a concert, and it was my cart close day. And so I had it set up so the emails would go out and let them know that the cart was closing today. So I had like 4 people sign up. One may have paid in full. Then a couple of people did the payment plan. But it was like the 20th or 21st of June or July, whatever month it was, right? But on the 20th or 21st, I would always get like $1,500 a month. Now, my job, I was on my way to 6 figures. So that was the year that I hit it, I think. Was that 2018? 2018. I don't even know, y'all. Like, the 2018 was, I think that was the year that I got like the $1,400 on like the 20th or 21st. But anyway, make a long story short, y'all, I used to get so excited when the 20th of the month came because I knew I was gonna get like $1,400. So imagine like now, like, we do launches and stuff like that. We have clients enroll. We get like $7,000 between like the 15th and like the 18th of every month. And so it's just, once you do like your first launch, think about your first launch is 10K, right? My program was $797 at that time. Matter of fact, y'all already know. Y'all know I got receipts, so I ain't teaching you nothing. I'm done. So like, this is the sales page for the program. And as you see, okay, so it's a little different. We changed it up now, right? But it's a little different. So matter of fact, I'm gonna put this in y'all, put this in your student guide under assets. So if you want to look at it, you'll have it to refer to it. But I always had like the regular level. So the actual signature course, right? So this is a signature course. It's 6 training modules, emails, scripts, members only area. So if you're struggling with the put in your package, use this page as a guide. All right. I'm giving y'all all my good stuff. But when I first started selling a signature program, I would always have an upsell. And so the upsell was like a done for you, or now it's apply now, right? And we're actually bringing this model back because when you come to this page, you're like, ooh, $6,000. If you fit that, you like, boom, I'm applying because I want to be a part of that. But it makes that $997 look real good sitting next to that $6,000, right? and 4 payments of $297. Boom. So I would give monthly payments of $297. So imagine if one person, now mine was $14.97. My upsell was $14.97. And if 10 people registered, 40% did the upsell. Y'all do the math for me real quick. Hold on. What is that? 10? What is that? 4? I put 12. So 4 people would buy the $14.97. So that's $14.97. So that's $6,000 right there. So all I needed was 4 people to buy $9.97. So 5988. Y'all hold on. I'm trying to make a point here. 5988. And if 4 people bought $9.97, that's $39.88, right? 5988 plus 3988 is 9976. Okay, so let's just say 5 people bought, so take you over to $10,000. But you see, I'm gonna say this. You see how easy it is to make $10,000 out your launch, Ryan, Tiffany. I know they were specific ones that was like, all right, I gotta figure out how to do this $10,000 with a webinar. That's how I did it. Like, I mean, granted, yeah, 10 people can buy at the $9.97, and that's $10,000. But I had an upsell. My upsell was $14.97. 40%, every single time, 40% of people would buy that upsell, and then the rest would buy the regular course. And so my goal was just to enroll 10 people, and I did it. And that's how I got my first 10K. I had my first 10K launch. And I was like, oh, wow, it works. So what did I do? I kept doing it, right? So the next time I did it, we did it again. And I think I might have put a little bit of ad money, not a lot. And we did all the same things. We did the promotions, the daily lives, and all that stuff. And that's probably the one where we got like 256 people in the challenge. Because the first one I had 80 people. Like, don't get it twisted. The first one I had 80 people in my challenge. All right. And then I just kept doing it. So the next one I did 25,000. It was like 24,900, right? And then so that was 2018. So January or February of 2019, I added a speaking opportunity on top of the challenge. Yes, you'll in the replay, it steps on it. I went over that at the beginning, like to all of that at the beginning on like the develop of the content and steps on how to lay it out. So you gotta have to watch the replay. So at the beginning of 2019, I did the challenge, the launch, the masterclass, and I did a speaking engagement, and we did $35,000. So literally, I'm teaching all these strategies because you're going to find one that resonates with you, and I want you to take it and I want you to kill it. Like, I want you to just do it over and over again. If you love doing the challenges, boom, do it. I'm gonna teach you the product launch blueprint because I'm gonna teach you the 12 weeks of what you need. Every quarter, you need to be thinking about launching something. So there's something you should be doing in your business every single week, and I'm gonna show you that on Tuesday. And then once, and I'll teach you that, in the next step. But once you do this, then you got to stop and look at it, and you got to measure your success, right? So at the beginning of this document, that was something that was right here. So this was the last launch date, April 27, 2019. I have in here people register for the challenge, people in the Facebook group at the beginning of the launch, and then people in the Facebook at the end of the challenge. That kind of helps me. I think I have another tracking sheet to see how many people were engaged, the offer made at the end. I have it set up where we look at how many people bought the regular price, how many people bought the upsell, how many people were on the webinar, how many sales converted from the webinar. I track how many people actually buy on day 1, day 2, day 3. Granted, like I said, most people gonna buy the day of, the first day. Reason being, we do a day of bonus, right? Let me see if the Facebook group is still open. So some of the images are still in here. I'm just gonna see how much is in here. Media. Oh, see, I told you I did a revenue challenge. So the funny thing about it is this is actually automated right now. So some people can go through the webinar challenges automated. Look, there's a post for your accountability partner. We talked about that earlier. After some point, some of this stuff got lost. I might have deleted it, y'all. I did. So when I in the event I use the same Facebook group, I do delete it. So here is my sales post. So I do open the doors of Webinar Success Blueprint 3.0. I think the last time I did it, we was on 4.0. So that tells you I've launched it at least four times. Yeah, I think I deleted all the images out of there. So if I use the same Facebook group, I delete all my posts out there. And then we start it all over again in the same Facebook group. But like on the day that we announce it, so cart opener day, we might have a bonus for today only, and we might add like a template or something like that. So you think about, matter of fact, like we might do an added bonus here or something like that, like the day of bonus. Is a 5-day challenge template and script. Like, so we have a student guide of this particular document that we give out. And you can only get it if you join today, right? But I teach that in high converting webinar course. Like some of y'all are in my high converting webinar course. So we teach like the bonuses and how to create an irresistible offer in there. I don't teach the webinars in this. I'm teaching you how to do the challenge, how to host a challenge and use a webinar at the end. Also measure like how many people enroll from your webinar. What's your show rate from the webinar? And look at those percentages. And then at the end, you congratulate yourself on getting your first challenge completed, and then get ready to gear it up for your next launch in the next 8 to 12 weeks. Phew, that was a lot. I didn't realize it was that much. So any questions? Hold on real quick.